Today we are at IIIT Hyderabad. Professor Vikram Pudi, Chair of Admissions, advised students not to go beyond the trend but choose courses which they love.
I wanted to speak about uh, the different aspects that students should look for when they are looking forward to choose what their careers should be. And there are multiple opinions. Of course, it's a very personal choice. It is like choosing one's spouse. So it's the same thing with career, and it's equally very important that we make the right decisions. Of course, everyone looks at how you can get the best out of the current market that is there. What is the best colleges that you can choose? What is the best branches that you can take? Which jobs are the best? And so on. So we always want the best for ourselves. Okay, so and when we are focused on what we exactly want for ourselves, it seems like now we are in a very big crisis, because it seems like the market is down. It seems like there's going to be multiple recessions, and there's a lot of political turmoils. We don't know what is going to happen. Is it better to stay in India? Is it better to go out of India? So we get fixated with all these issues. But I'd like to roll back and see from a bigger point of view. Okay, so and instead of seeing exactly what we want and what we need, we should also look at what the world needs and what the world wants. And if you look at it, then if you look at everyone's homes, so everyone has comforts in their homes. There are lots of devices today that are enabling us to be comfortable in our homes and offices and in our workspaces, ranging from whether it's in the kitchen, or whether it's our how we communicate with others, whether we work with computers and so on. So it becomes very important that all these devices are actually manufactured somewhere. They're all being designed by people. So this is what technology is all about. And you can see that there's a very large scope, because the billions of homes, billions of offices, and all of them are using all these devices. So there is a big scope for technology to stay and remain in the future. It's not something that's a bubble that's going to burst ever, right? So because of that, there is always these fields that we are talking about, whether it's BTech in computer science, electronics, mechanical, civil, all the engineering branches, all the technology branches, they're all evergreen fields. So of course there'll be market ups and downs, there'll be small changes, but it is not that any of these things are going to go away, even with automation. So when automation comes into picture, it is only going to help people to do a better job, because ultimately you need a human touch to make sure that all these applications are going to work well for human beings. And therefore the market is not going to ever go away for these fields. So, and it's always a good idea to invest in a large field like an entire engineering branch, because it's not like a small one skill. It's multiple skills. There's many subfields, many tasks, many techniques that you're going to learn as part of an engineering branch. And once you get that much of a vast skill, you will have always something to contribute, and it is never going to go out of fashion. So I would suggest that people should look at this wider view and not get fixed on smaller issues about exactly what would be the best. Whatever you work with interest on, whatever you explore the breadth and depth of, that you will get a solid viewpoint of, and you will get a solid skill that is going to sustain you for the future. So I'd like to explain what is it that students who are moving on to choose their careers, what are the factors that they should look at. Usually we always look at what is it that we want or need. Okay, so we always want to get the best seat in a best college, and then we want to get the best job, and then we want to get a lot of money, we want to get comforts. This is what we look for. Okay, so but when we get fixated on exactly what we want, Okay, so we lose the big picture. So I just wanted to roll back and look at the big picture, and we should look at not just what we need, but also what the world needs. Okay, so and to start off with, these are basically concepts that, from the Japanese ikigai concept. You should look at first what is it that you love to do, and of course there are many things that we love to do, and we could spend a lot of time just doing that. But unless you're actually good at doing that, it is not going to help you in actually formulating a good career for you, right? So and so you should be able to, you should actually be good at doing that compared to others, who are doing the same thing. And then the next point is, it's not just sufficient that you continue to do whatever you're good at. You should also look at whether the world needs it. So what is it that the world needs? And then the final point is that, even if the world may need it, the market for it might not exist yet. And therefore, what is it that you will be paid for? And so a good career is something that integrates all of these factors together. And therefore, you should look at, what is it that the world needs and what you'll be paid for.
After zeroing on a course, he says that students should look at NIRF rankings or other similar rankings so that they would know about faculty strength, research, and other parameters about the college so that they can go to the college of their choice.
Now I would like to cover how you might want to choose a college. So there are many factors that one would want to look at while choosing a college, starting with what is the ranking of that college, and what are the facilities in the college in terms of infrastructure, and what are the extracurricular activities that there are, and so on. But of course, the main thing that you would want to look at is what is the caliber of the faculty in that college. And if you're interested in, eventually getting research degrees, you would want to look at what are the publications that are being published by faculty in that college. You would want to look at objective measures like, what is the placement ratio, and what is the average, and maximum placement ranges. So these are, it's always good to look at objective measures. There is a lot of hype in the market which will tell you, there'll be many people who will say many things about, which colleges are good, and everyone will have their opinions. And therefore, to get through all of these differing opinions, you'll ultimately have to look at what objective measures. And one good source would be to look at NIRF data, although the NIRF ranking may not be suitable for everyone's taste because it's just one ranking and everyone will have their own individual points of view. But the data that is available will tell you, for example, if you want to look at the placements, or if you want to look at the number of students per branch which are there, and the teacher-student ratio, and all these different aspects, it's always good to go to actual data sets that are available and take objective decisions on these matters. So in order to get into higher engineering colleges, which are more prestigious, like the IIITs and IITs and so on, you of course need a very high rank in the JEE mains and other competitive exams. At IIIT Hyderabad, we have multiple modes of entry. So one is we do take through the JEE mains channel, but we also have the UGE exam, which is meant for our research programs. So students who come through the UGE program, they will get to do a BTech in computer science plus an MS in some other domain. Okay, so we have multiple domains like language technologies, sciences, and so on. So so it's a 5-year program. It's a dual degree program, and students who get through the UGE mode will have to go through the exam plus an interview to get through here. We also have a mode called the spec mode, which are meant for students who are from rural backgrounds and economically weaker backgrounds, who will have to write a test followed by an interview. And so we also have a mode for students, a DASA mode for students who have a foreign passport, or who have studied abroad, their 11th and 12th class. They will be able to write the SAT exam, and through their SAT scores, they will be able to get entrance into our IIIT Hyderabad. We also have a boards mode of admission through which students who have scored very well in the board exams, which includes mathematics, along with either sciences or some humanities subjects, The details are available on our website. So they will be eligible to apply through this boards mode and get admission into our dual degree program in either science or in humanities. So they will also get a BTech in computer science plus an MS in either science or humanities. And these are the different modes that are available.
He says that placements and packages should not be the only criteria while selecting a course or career of their choice.